Yo, what's going on, guys, and Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate it. In today's video, I thought it'd be appropriate to sit back and just give you guys the 5 fastest killing class setups here in Modern Warfare 2. Whether you guys are new to the game, you've been playing, been watching the channel, I still would like to give you some setups so you can rack some Christmas noobs if you manage to find any. I almost forgot, message me on Instagram and Twitter pictures of the Christmas presents that you guys got. I'm gonna try to interact with as many of you as I can. For the first class setup, we're starting off with the KASTOV 74U. This thing has received a few nerfs and it still is one of the, if not the most dominant weapon in this game. So for the attachments, I have the Swagg Pec Box Laser. You get ADS speed so you can be quick and snappy. Hopefully get the first shot off. Usually the first person to shoot is the person to get the kill. And there's no cons. It doesn't get any more straightforward than that. Next, I have the Ultrazat stock. I get aim walking speed, so that allows me to strafe quicker, making it harder for the enemies to land shots on me. And I get sprint speed, so I feel a lot lighter on my feet. Next, I have the True Tac Grip for another increase in my mobility, sprint to fire speed, ADS speed. I increase my magazine size so I can take out multiple enemies without having to reload. The base is a 30, that extra 15 definitely makes a pretty big difference. And then finally, I have the FSS Shark Fin for better recoil control. I get aiming idle stability and it just makes my weapon more accurate. So for the tuning, we can't tune the laser or the magazine, so that leaves us with the stock, rear grip, and underbarrel. We'll start off with the stock. I tuned it for ADS and aim walking speed, so I basically just tuned it for mobility. Also, quick note about the tuning. For all of the setups we will be covering, if you're at least just within 3 points, you're good to go. You don't have to be exact with these numbers, but if you can, that's also really nice. Next, for the tuning on the rear grip, I went for ADS speed and then aiming idle stability. So I got a little bit of mobility, a little bit of accuracy on my weapon, which was nice. And then finally, for the tuning on the rear grip, I did recoil stabilization and aiming idle stability. So I just went for pretty much just recoil control and accuracy. And the weapon's already strong, so this whole build is specifically for the mobility and recoil control, and that's just what makes this weapon so dominant and it makes it kill so fast. For our second class setup, this is actually my personal favorite weapon in all of Modern Warfare 2, the TAC 56. I'm always changing up my setup, and this is by far my favorite one I've made. So for our first attachment, very straightforward. We have the exact same laser we had on the KASTOV 74U, the Swagg Pec Box. Next, for the stock, I went with the TV Cardinal stock. Oh my goodness, this is just like the Ultrazat stock on the KASTOV 74U, but it works so much better on the TAC 56 because it's an AR. It's already naturally a little bit heavier, so that aim walking speed and sprint to fire speed make a world of a difference. Next, I increased my magazine size to 40. This allows me to take out multiple enemies without having to reload. 60 is a little OD and it makes your weapon slower, so I don't recommend it. I think 40 is more than enough. Next, for the muzzle, I had on the FTAC Castle Comp. This completely removes any type of recoil that this weapon has and makes it an absolute laser beam. You can see the recoil control bar, it skyrockets to the sky. And then finally, for the barrel, I have the Tundra Pro barrel. I get damage range and bullet velocity, and that just makes my TAC 56 more effective at any given ranges. Now for the tuning, once again, we can't tune the laser or the magazine. That leaves us with the barrel, muzzle, and stock. For the stock tuning, I went for ADS speed and aim walking speed. I basically just kind of dedicated this entire attachment to mobility, so my weapon's just a lot more quick, and it ended up working out. For my tuning on my barrel, I did aim walking speed and then the damage range. The damage range, it allows me to take out enemies at longer ranges with less bullets, so basically just kills even quicker at longer ranges. I'm telling you, the aim walking speed on the thing is cracked out. You're strafing so fast. And then finally, for the muzzle, again, it just eliminates any recoil this thing ever had. I did recoil stabilization and gun kick control, and you could just see how green, and it's almost maxed out for the recoil. It is unbelievable. Again, this is my favorite weapon, one of my favorite setups I've ever made in Modern Warfare 2. I really recommend trying this out. For our third class setup, we have the LACHMANN sub. I find this to be the most underrated SMG in this game. I don't see anyone using it, talking about it. It's literally the MP5 from older Call of Duty. So here's what you want to use on it. I promise you, you won't regret trying it out. So for the laser, I have the 1MW Artemis. I get aiming stability, just helps with the accuracy. I mean, again, very straightforward. For the barrel, I have the FTAC M sub. I get bullet velocity and damage range, which make my LACHMANN sub more effective at those medium to long range gunfights, and I get recoil control. So my weapon's not only more accurate, but the thing's more effective at longer ranges. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't be running this barrel. I think that barrel literally makes this weapon. For the muzzle, just like we had on the TAC 56, we have the Castle Comp. The recoil just goes bye-bye. I mean, you'll never see it again. It just makes this thing an absolute laser beam. For my magazine, I had the 40 round mag, similar to the TAC 56. I don't recommend going to the largest one. It just makes your weapon way too slow. That 50 round drum would be nice, but the weapon's too slow. I don't think it's even worth it. And plus the 40 round, at most you could take out like 4 people without reloading, which I think, you know, that's more than fair. And then for the stock, I have the LM stockless mod. And there's not much I need to say about this because you could just take a look at the mobility and handling through the roof, man. I mean, you feel like a superhero with how fast you're able to move. Now, as far as it goes for the tuning, there's not much to it because you can't even tune the laser, stock, or magazine. It literally leaves us with the barrel and muzzle. So for the barrel, I went for recoil steadiness and damage range. Once again, that damage range is going to allow you to take out enemies in less bullets at longer ranges. And then for the FTAC Castle Comp, I went for the recoil stabilization and gun kick control. So if I take this to the firing range, which I really would like to, you can see it's very, very accurate, super effective at long ranges, so slept on. I don't understand why no one's using this thing. Class setup number 4, we have arguably the best and most dangerous assault rifle in this game, the KASTOV 7.62. So I have on the FSS Ollie V laser. I mean, you guys can see I'm a pretty big fan of these lasers. I went with this one because I get the ADS speed and sprint to fire speed, and one of the biggest struggles of this weapon is the ADS speed. It's strong, it's accurate, it's just so slow. And with this, I mean, just having that ADS boost is a game changer. For the barrel, I have the CAS 10 5.84mm barrel. I get damage range and bullet velocity, making the 7.62 even more deadly at longer range engagements. And I get the recoil control, so I'm actually accurate when I am shooting at those longer range gunfights. For my muzzle, I have on the Saken Thread 40. It's similar to the Castle Comp. You get the vertical and horizontal recoil control, and it just helps your aim be a lot more steady, on point. I have on the 40 round magazine, so you could take out multiple enemies without having to reload. Honestly, you could probably get away without having a magazine on. The base is 30. Again, this thing is super strong. You probably could get away with it, but I honestly just like that insurance of having those extra 10 rounds. And finally, for my last attachment, I have the True Tac grip for another increase in the ADS speed. For the tuning on the barrel, I did recoil steadiness and damage range, just like we did on the other barrels we had. For the muzzle, I went with the recoil stabilization and gun kick control. And then finally on the rear grip, I just went purely for mobility. And that's literally what this entire attachment was dedicated to, which is being quick. And if we take this to the firing range very quickly, you'll be able to see ADS speed is a little bit more snappy. It's not as slow. You can see, I mean, the recoil control, it's literally perfect. It's unbelievable. And the fifth and final best class setup for the fifth and final fastest killing class setup in Modern Warfare 2, we have the FTAC RECON. This thing is a one-shot kill to the head, 2-shot body shot. It was so annoying running into this thing when I was going for Ryan camo. If you want to ruin people's days, this is what you want to use. So starting off, I have this Slim Line Pro optic. Everyone should have this. I think they gave this to everybody for free. I think it has some of the cleanest sights in the game. And, you know, it's just helped me be more precise with my shot. For the laser, I think this is the exact same laser we had on our KASTOV 7.62. Again, I just needed this for the ADS speed because the ADS speed is torched on this. For the barrel, I had the Bull Rider. Once again, it's very similar to some of the other barrels we were using. It just gives us that bullet velocity and recoil control, which is very important on something like this because it's already very strong and deadly. Well, it just makes it that much better. We also get the recoil control as well, which is going to help us land more shots. The more accurate you are with this weapon, the more it's going to pay off. Next, I have the FTAC Ripper underbarrel. I mean, you could just see the accuracy skyrocket. It just helps maintain the control of the recoil. And then finally, the biggest magazine you could put on this is the 15 round mag, but with how strong and powerful this weapon is, this 15 round mag feels more like a 40 because you can get so many kills out of just one clip. Now for the tuning, starting off with the optic, I went for the ADS speed. Once again, I said it was very slow. We need to buff it up a little bit. And then at the bottom, I went for far. Next, for the tuning on the Bull Rider barrel, I did recoil steadiness and damage range so I can ensure at most of 3-shot kills at long ranges with that damage range. And then finally for the underbarrel, I went for recoil stabilization, aiming idle stability, and you could see, I mean, I've never seen it fully max out like that. And then if I quickly take this thing to the firing range, I mean, all I gotta do is this. Boom. This guy. Boom. 2 shots at medium range because of that damage range. Unbelievable setup. Honestly, this probably needs to get nerfed. Now, those are the 5 fastest killing guns and class setups here in Modern Warfare 2, but I think it's worth noting my perk package because I use the same one on all of my setups. Starting off, we got double time, so I can get from point A to point B as quick as possible, get as many kills. I got scavenger, so I can keep using my own weapon. I got fast hands to reload quicker, get into the action, and then I have quick fix, which allows me to instantly regenerate my health the second I get a kill. It just keeps me alive so much longer. Before you guys head out, if you made it to the end of the video, you obviously enjoyed, you learned something, make sure you guys subscribe. We are on the road to 400,000 subscribers. Best class setups, tips and tricks, high kill gameplay, store bundles. If that interests you, you gotta subscribe. We have it on the channel every single day. Turn all the notifications on so you get notified the next time I upload, and then click the thumbs up button. Could we do 300 likes in the first day of this video being live? It literally takes a second of your guys' time, and it really does help push the video and give us more exposure. Thank you guys so much for watching, and happy holidays. You guys all stay safe out there. Have a great day, and I'm out. Peace.